866-95 Patriot. Let's see. David, Houston, Texas. You're on the Wilkow Majority. Hello.
Hi, Andrew. How you doing?
Fine. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. First-time caller, long-time listener. I hate to use the flow of your show, but I wanted to talk about that caller that called in about the war in Libya.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm like I told your screener. I am come from a conservative family. I've been conservative all my life, so I'm not a liberal calling your show.
Let me stop you right there. All of the people that have read the websites on how to get under the skin of a conservative talk show host are told to start with that very statement.
I didn't know that.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Two things, and I hope to get a good response from you. First thing is, I hate, and this is right-wing, left-wing, everywhere in between, I hate hearing people say war. The last war was World War II. And the second thing would be, I believe it was your comment when you said something about did the president seek approval before he dropped the bomb. And to my understanding, being the commander-in-chief, he doesn't need approval.
That is not true. The War Powers Act only empowers the president in the defense of the United States.
Okay. I thought there was a stipulation where he could send troops for 30, 60, or like 90 days, and then he had to go to Congress to seek, funding or approval at that point. But he could being the commander-in-chief, he could send troops anywhere.
And drop bombs.
Sorry, say again?
And drop bombs. There aren't troops on the ground. This is not an occupying humanitarian peacekeeping force. We're dropping bombs. We're launching missiles against Libya.
Okay.
Now, follow that up with, isn't this the president who promised to end the two wars that we're in and close Guantanamo Bay and bring about a new era of peace?
And that's one thing that he hasn't done, and there's no end in sight for that either.
Okay.
And I agree with you there. Like, I don't understand why he would open up a third open-ended conflict.
David, let me tell you where my criticism, where this program is coming from. For 8 straight years, we heard from the Democrats that Bush was violating the Constitution. He was waging a racist, unjust, illegal war. Even though 1441 was a UN resolution, the Democrats and the Republicans did vote to give him the authorization for both Iraq and Afghanistan. Okay? If what Bush did was illegal and unconstitutional and racist, what do you call what Obama's doing then?
Yeah, I mean, if anything, it's definitely hypocritical. But my point was, it's not a war. I mean, war is when you can't buy a car because they're building tanks. You can't buy a fridge because they're building, other types.
That's not the definition of a war, sir. Thank you very much for the call. Let's